Inside every person exists a subtle, invisible threshold. It's the barrier between your true nature and the version the world tries to mold you into. Most people cross it without even noticing. They bend, they compress, they reshape themselves just to feel accepted, appreciated, or validated. It starts small. You let someone disrespect you and laugh it off. You agree with things you don't actually believe just to avoid conflict. You say it's all fine when it's not, because you don't want to cause trouble. Gradually, this becomes your default way of existing, and before long, you're no longer living for yourself. You're living for other people's comfort. The Stoics saw this danger long ago. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "It's baffling. We love ourselves more than others, but we care more about their opinions than our own. We say we value ourselves, yet we trade our dignity for mere scraps of acceptance." Think on this. How many times have you walked away from a conversation, replaying what you should have said? How often have you felt insulted but stayed silent so you wouldn't be that person? This is where it begins. When you diminish yourself, when you fake being weaker or less than you are, you're teaching the world how to treat you. And here's the hard truth. The world usually treats you no better than what you demand. The Stoic path isn't about arrogance or being unfeeling. It's about being so secure in your identity that no one can drag you down unless you allow it. Being significant in this life doesn't mean being wealthy or known. It means you matter to yourself first. It means having a personal code you refuse to betray, not for affection, not for money, not even for acceptance. Here's a tough truth. Each time you shrink for someone else, your self-respect weakens. And when you stop respecting yourself, others follow. To the Stoics, this was about virtue. Epictetus said, never to exchange your integrity for anything unworthy. If keeping something means sacrificing your self-respect, then the price is too high, no matter the reward. In this video, we'll walk through 5 Stoic principles to ensure you never shrink again. These aren't cliché quotes. They're tangible, honest, and entirely human truths you can apply. From now on, you'll learn how to stand firm without hostility, value your voice without needing praise, and grow into someone who earns quiet respect. What makes Stoicism powerful is that it doesn't just give instructions, it explains why they matter. Because when you understand the reasoning, you see it's not about winning social games. It's about defending the most valuable connection you have, your connection with yourself. Now take a second to picture a version of you who never needs to prove their worth. Someone who doesn't shrink when tested. Someone who can stay quiet when it's best, speak when it's time, and walk away when there's no respect left. That version isn't a fantasy. It's a skill you can develop, but only if you stop reducing yourself and start living by a code no one else can edit. By the end of this video, you'll have 5 clear Stoic insights to anchor you in dignity, power, and inner worth. These aren't about impressing anyone. They're about earning respect by never betraying who you are. Always remember, how you treat yourself sets the standard for how the world engages with you. So before we begin, I'm asking for a commitment, not to me, but to you. Promise yourself that from today on, you'll no longer shrink to fit into spaces where others would never stretch to include you. If you're ready, stay with me till the end. Watch every moment. Each lesson builds on the next. And if this already feels like what you needed to hear, then like this video, comment, share it with someone giving away their dignity, and subscribe to join this journey. If you're ready, comment below. Today, I stand in my worth. First lesson, quit over-explaining who you are. One subtle way people lose their power is by constantly justifying their choices, paths, or dreams. It can feel courteous or like you're being clear. But truthfully, when you explain too much, you give away your strength. Epictetus once said, "If you wish to be a writer, write." He didn't say, "Explain your reasons until others approve." The Stoics believed your actions should speak for you. When you keep explaining, you open the door for people to challenge your intent, question your choices, or insert doubt into your mind. Often, this comes from insecurity, the idea that your decisions aren't valid until someone else approves. It's giving up your position and asking permission to exist as you are. But by doing that, you're essentially saying, "I can't fully rely on my own judgment unless you validate it." Here's the reality. Not everyone will get it. Not everyone will agree. And that's perfectly fine. You are not responsible for others' understanding. If someone dislikes your direction, that's their burden to carry, not yours to solve. Think about the time and emotional effort you waste trying to explain why you made a certain move to people who wouldn't show up if you stumbled. Stoicism teaches peace through focusing on what's within your grasp. Others' opinions? That's beyond your power. Every second spent trying to be understood is time stolen from living your truth. When you quit over-explaining, you're declaring, "I believe in myself enough to move forward without approval." That's not ego, that's clarity. You don't need to be impolite or distant. But know this, your life isn't a courtroom. You don't need to defend every decision before a jury. Observe people who radiate quiet confidence. They don't bombard others with reasons. They act, and because they act without explanation, they're taken seriously. It's not only about speaking, it's about where you place yourself. Picture yourself in a meeting. You present an idea, then follow it with endless justifications. That signals uncertainty. But state it clearly and leave it, that shows conviction. Stoicism keeps it straightforward. Define your values. Choose based on those values. Let your actions speak instead of your words. When you're anchored in what matters, you don't feel pressured to explain. Others may still judge, but those judgments bounce off a grounded version of you. Next time you feel the urge to justify yourself to someone who doesn't need one, pause. Ask, do I need their understanding to proceed? If not, your silence will say more than words. Seneca wrote, "Spend time with those who uplift you, not those who always understand you. Not everyone will, and they don't have to. You must understand yourself. The one who constantly explains has given others the power over their value. The one who acts without needing applause already holds importance, not because others say so, but because they stopped living for outside opinions. So if you never want to shrink again, begin here. Cut back on your explanations. Speak only when needed. Stand by your actions without waiting for cheers. You'll feel lighter, your presence stronger. Important people don't talk about being important. They live in a way that makes it obvious. If you're ready to trust yourself deeper, write this below. I no longer explain my worth. Second lesson. Stop chasing to be seen. One of the quietest ways we diminish ourselves is by seeking validation from people who overlook our presence. This happens in friendships, love, even at work. We begin stretching ourselves thin, not for our goals, but just to be acknowledged, selected, or feel significant in someone else's eyes. Here's the painful reality. When you pursue someone's attention, you're silently telling them their recognition is more important than your self-worth. And once you convey that message, they believe it. The Stoics had a sharp take on this. Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul takes on the color of its thoughts." If your mind constantly spins around, how do I make them notice me? How do I prove I matter to them? Your behavior will mirror neediness, and neediness always reduces perceived value. The truth is, authentic respect and genuine bonds can't be forced. If someone sees your value, they won't need prompting. They'll respond without effort. If they don't, no amount of trying will change their view because they aren't seeing your true worth to begin with. Chasing after attention places you in a psychological marketplace where your dignity becomes a commodity. You allow someone else to set the terms of your significance, and that's dangerous. From a Stoic lens, you've surrendered your internal peace to something you can't govern. Here's the trap. Sometimes they will respond. They'll text back, acknowledge you, or toss you some praise. But it won't last, because it's built on your constant pursuit, not on true regard. Once you pause the chase, it fades, and you're left trying again. This cycle is draining. It also trains you to measure your self-esteem based on how much notice you get, rather than who you are fundamentally. The Stoic way? Don't enter that race at all. Withdraw entirely from the competition. If someone makes you feel like their time or attention must be earned through effort, that's already a clue. They're not seeing you as you deserve to be seen. Reflect on the people you respect most. They aren't desperate to be noticed. They're focused on their goals, principles, and growth. Because of that, attention finds them naturally. Admiration should be a side effect of purpose, not the aim. So shift the question from, how do I get them to notice me, to, do I even want recognition from someone who overlooks me until I perform? Suddenly, the answer becomes clearer. Epictetus once said, "If you wish to grow, be content to be seen as foolish or misunderstood." Meaning, be willing to be unseen or misjudged while you're building yourself silently. The right people will notice without needing a spotlight. This doesn't mean you close off emotionally. It means you stop trying to win people over like it's a performance. You can still engage, still care, but your sense of value won't hinge on their attention. And here's something crucial. People sense when you're trying too hard. Even if you hide it behind humor, favors, or hyper-availability, the energy still leaks through. And energy speaks louder than words. When you drop the act of seeking, something powerful shifts. You stop surrendering your power. You move from, "Please see me," to, "I know who I am, and I won't shrink for visibility." Eventually, the right people take notice without you lifting a finger. And here's the irony. The ones who ignored you before suddenly question why you stopped chasing. That's when you realize attention is cheap. What really matters is respect. And respect is only earned when you refuse to beg for it. If you want to live as someone of substance, understand this. Importance is not gifted by someone else. It's claimed internally first. So quit the competition. You were never meant to run in that race. Stand still. Let them race past if they must. You're headed toward a different destination. Third lesson, master the quiet exit. Many assume strength means standing your ground, defending yourself, or proving a point. But true strength, it's found in the quiet act of walking away, without a heads up, without explanation, without needing the other person to understand. Most people give themselves away by lingering in places that no longer value them. They stay hoping things will improve. They stay wishing to be finally seen. They stay because leaving feels like failure. But here's the truth. Remaining in a space that drains you isn't loyalty. It's self-abandonment. The Stoics knew that sometimes the boldest decision is choosing to let go. Seneca once said, "Keep company with those who make you better. Welcome those you can also uplift. Growth happens on both sides." His point? If the bond doesn't sharpen you or raise your character, it's not worth preserving. Leaving isn't cold-hearted, it's self-preservation. And here's why the silent exit matters. When you warn people you're about to leave, if this continues, I'll walk, you're handing them a script, a chance to delay the inevitable. They might offer promises, temporarily change, or say what you want to hear, just enough to make you stay. But soon enough, the cycle resumes. Leaving quietly signals that you've already made your decision. You don't need agreement, justification, or applause. You've realized your energy is too sacred to spend explaining why peace matters more than their chaos. There's a quiet dignity in vanishing without drama. No begging, no last words, no need to perform closure. You just go, and those who truly cared will reach out from a sincere place. Those who didn't, their silence will tell you everything you need to know. Stoicism teaches not to be ruled by what lies beyond your influence. You can't make someone respect you. You can't control how they treat you. But you can choose whether or not to remain in that space. And when you walk away, you show yourself that your worth isn't up for debate. The silent exit changes you internally. It reinforces that your standards are yours, not contingent on someone else's reaction. It exercises the muscle of dignity. It tells your future self, I will no longer justify staying where I'm undervalued. It's a declaration, not just to others but to yourself, that you'll never settle again. That doesn't mean you cut people off impulsively. It means you notice patterns. When someone continually proves they don't see you, believe them. And when you believe them, you act. Not from anger, but from clarity. This applies far beyond personal relationships. It's true for jobs, circles of influence, and environments where you're consistently made to feel small. You don't need a public announcement. You don't need a monologue on social media. You simply remove yourself and walk into a space that welcomes your presence. And this creates a rare kind of power. People begin to realize you don't cling, you don't chase belonging, you don't beg to be included, and paradoxically, that makes them value you more. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is to not become like those who wronged you." In other words, don't match their energy. Don't stoop to their level. Rise above it by removing yourself entirely. So let this sink in. Every time you leave something that's below your standards, you're not losing. You're keeping the most valuable thing you own, your self-worth. Type this in the comments if you agree. My silence is my strength. Fourth lesson, guard your time like treasure. Reducing yourself isn't always about words or people. It can be about how you spend your hours. When you hand out your time without care, you're silently telling the world your life isn't worth guarding. The Stoics recognized that time is the essence of life itself. Seneca wrote, "It's not that life is short, it's that we waste much of it." Every moment you give away is a piece of your existence you never recover. And yet, how often do we offer it up to things that drain us? How often do we say yes out of obligation, routine, or fear of letting someone down, only to regret it? When you act as though your time is limitless, people treat it that way too. They'll call without boundaries, ask for favors they could do themselves, and expect your constant availability. And if you always say yes, they'll never understand the value of your presence, because you've set it too low. Defending your time doesn't mean becoming detached or unreachable. It means understanding that saying yes to one thing always means saying no to something else. And if you're not mindful, what you're saying no to might be your personal growth, your peace, or your long-term goals. Stoicism urges us to focus on what lies within our control, and your schedule is one of those rare things. You get to choose where it goes, who it's shared with, and what it produces. When used wisely, your time becomes a mirror of your self-respect. Consider this. If someone gave you $86,400 to use in a single day, you'd be deliberate about how it's spent. You wouldn't toss it to strangers or waste it on things you don't care about. Yet every day, you're handed 86,400 seconds, and most people spend them like they're worthless. When you fail to guard your time, regret creeps in. You'll look back and realize you spent days, months, maybe years on people or tasks that gave nothing in return. The Stoics would call this a moral lapse, not because you lived wrongly, but because you lived unconsciously. Protecting your time requires drawing lines. You must become comfortable saying no, without needing a detailed excuse. You must block time for yourself and honor it like you would a meeting with someone influential, because you are that person. And it's not just people, it's your habits too. Mindless scrolling, meaningless arguments, saying yes to things you don't believe in. These are the thieves of time. It might seem small, 20 minutes here, a scroll session there. But they add up, and what they accumulate into is a life given to things that didn't deserve it. Once you begin safeguarding your time, something profound shifts. People start to respect it too. If they see you won't waste your own hours, they'll be less likely to waste them for you. Marcus Aurelius warned, "Don't act as if you'll live forever. Death hovers above you. While alive and able, choose goodness." In today's terms, that means use your time well. Invest it in what nourishes you. Spend it on peace, progress, and alignment. Don't diminish yourself by being available to everything that pulls you away from your purpose. Before committing to anything, ask, if this were my final week, would I still give my hours to this? If the answer is no, consider stepping back. The more deliberate you are with your time, the more purposeful your life becomes. And when your life feels rich with meaning, you naturally stop entertaining anything that drains it. So treat your time like gold, because unlike money, you can't earn it back. If you're ready to handle your minutes like they matter, type this now: my time is priceless. I spend it with purpose. Fifth lesson: say less. Let it matter more. A common but unnoticed way we reduce ourselves is through excessive talking, especially when we speak just to fill silence, to look clever, or to win people's approval. Words hold weight, but when they're used constantly and without intention, they lose their impact. The Stoics were firm believers in verbal restraint. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, taught that words should serve truth and clarity, not ego or impulse. Epictetus reminded us, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, so we can listen twice as much as we speak." The more you speak, the more chances people have to misinterpret you, twist your message, or judge before understanding. But beyond that, excessive speaking dulls your own voice. Think about the people you admire most. They're often the ones who observe quietly, process deeply, and then speak with care. When they speak, you listen, because they don't waste their breath. When you reduce how often you speak, your words naturally carry more influence. People begin to associate your voice with intention, and that alone earns quiet authority. This isn't about manipulation, it's about mindfulness. Speaking less gives you time to pause and think. Many people destroy their credibility by reacting in emotion, making promises they can't keep, or revealing things they later regret. Stoicism teaches us to build a pause between the stimulus and the response, to give your mind the space to remove the unnecessary before acting or speaking. Here's how this links back to never diminishing yourself. When you speak out of nervous energy, you're often trying to prove your worth. You're trying to fill the air so you won't be overlooked. But this comes from fear. Fear of being invisible. Fear of being misunderstood. Fear of being forgotten. But here's the paradox. People remember silence more than chatter. They remember the person who remained calm during tension. The one who didn't argue every slight. The one who didn't waste their breath on gossip or over-explaining. This doesn't mean you go cold or act superior. It means you let your stillness do the work. When you remove the urge to constantly speak, your consistency, your presence, and your actions become your voice. Speaking less is a discipline, and discipline reflects self-respect. It says to the world, I don't need to give away everything about me to prove I'm valuable. You'll see it in what I choose to share. Another benefit, you take control of your story. The less you reveal, the less others can use against you. You decide what gets shared, when, and with whom. This kind of control builds natural respect. Marcus Aurelius offered a clear filter. If it's not right, don't do it. If it's not true, don't say it. Imagine running every word through that test. Your voice would be stronger, cleaner, and far more meaningful. So how do you live this out? When you feel the need to speak, pause. Ask yourself, is this necessary? Is it helpful? Practice listening, really listening, not just waiting to reply, but aiming to understand. Replace filler talk with presence. Let your quiet confidence fill the space instead of noise. Understand, silence isn't just absence, it's a message, a line, a choice. When you develop the ability to speak with purpose, you stop needing to chase influence. You begin to attract it. People will lean in, not because you demand it, but because your words have weight. So don't shout to feel important. Let your silence enter the room first. And when you do speak, let it carry the weight of someone who respects their voice. If you're ready to hold your voice like it matters, say this aloud or write it below. My silence holds power. My words carry weight. Conclusion. Your worth is not negotiable. Diminishing yourself doesn't usually happen in one big visible moment. It's gradual erosion, a quiet compromise here, a forced smile there, an extra effort for someone who wouldn't lift a hand for you. And slowly, those tiny choices accumulate, until one day, you stare into the mirror and barely recognize your reflection. You feel faded, invisible, unseen. The Stoics remind us that real significance doesn't come from applause, prestige, or being the loudest in a room. It comes from fidelity to your values, values you refuse to break, even when no one's watching. It comes from the unwavering decision to carry yourself in a way that tells the world, I know who I am. Each principle in this message is a reminder that self-respect is where everything begins. If you expect others to honor your presence, you must first honor it yourself. You must declare your own importance. Then live each day as proof of that decision, without chasing recognition for it. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have authority over your mind, not over external events. Grasp this truth, and you will discover true power." That's the center of it all. You can't force people to value you, but you can control whether you value yourself. And when you choose to never shrink again, the world has no choice but to adjust. If you've stayed with me until now, let this sink in deeply. Your worth is not something others can give you, nor can they take it away. It's yours to protect, yours to live by, and yours to never betray. If this resonated, like the video. Leave a comment sharing your insight. Send it to someone who's been giving away too much of themselves. And don't forget to subscribe, so we can keep walking this stoic path together.